Hey guys, it's Eric at SideQuest Comics, and I am here today at Antique Mall, one of the largest ones in the area that boasts 50,000 square feet of dealers. So, of course, you know why we're here. So let's go inside and see if we can find some dealers with some books that we can snag. Okay, and this is the first time we're at America's Antique Mall. I've known about this place for a while, so I'm excited to check it out. Oh boy. Let me just do a quick look around. Getting ready for Easter already. Wow, man, there was so much in this booth that I think I had back in the day. It was like my childhood all over again in the 80s. Man, look at all those old Kenner Star Wars and D&D. Makes my middle school heart just swell. Fortunately, looking at all these old 80s D&D source books and manuals and stuff, I have a bunch of this old stuff still, so it's just cool to see in the wild. Now, this thing I so badly wanted to get. Take that, HOA. Now, this case had so much packed into it that I know I ran through it pretty quickly with filming what was in there, but I think I stood here for at least 20 minutes just looking at all the stuff that was in there, whether it was the cards, comics, or whatever collectibles. There's just a lot to check out. Okay, guys, after a couple of hours at America's Antique Mall, 50,000 square feet. Yeah, 50,000 square feet of antique space. I found some stuff. So let's head home before the sun blinds me, and I will show you guys some of the things I picked up. Just a couple cool things, but I'll show you when we get home. Well, there you have it, guys. There's a little bit of video footage of America's Antique Mall. This was a place I've been trying to get to for a while since they first built it. I think they started building it about a year ago by me. And America's Antique Mall is located in Algonquin, Illinois, if you guys are in the area, in the Chicagoland area. And you can check them out on americasantiquemall.com. They actually have two other locations that you can go visit around the states. One is in northern Indiana, and the other one is, I think it's East Central Florida. But you can find those places on their website and check out some of the different perks and different events they have, because that's something that I thought was neat, is that they plan events, whether it's like crafting events or whatever. But yeah, check them out online if you're local to any of those places. And they're open. I think all the places are actually open 7 days a week. Now, it was not what I expected. I mean, this place, as I mentioned in the opening videos, it was like 50,000 square feet of different dealer spaces. I did not know what to expect. And the video you saw, I tried to get a little bit of everything in the place and show how massive it was. There was a lot of like crafting type booths. There was some antique stuff, and just a wide variety of stuff, really. And you saw the big rows of cases. That's kind of what I was excited to, but I was saving those for last and do a loop around type of thing. And I actually did not find a lot of the traditional collectible type stuff. There was some in those cases that, for one reason or another, either it wasn't something I was particularly looking for collectible wise, like it was cards or something, or the comics themselves just were not your usual, not what I'm hunting for. I'm hunting for Marvel, DC, that type of stuff. They were stuff that were like, I don't even know explain what they were. There's a lot of just different comics, if you would call them. I would call them more like just like the Western books from back in the 50s and stuff. While they were super cool, it's just not what I was looking for. And some of the prices on some of the comics I found were a little bit more than what I wanted to spend. But I did find some stuff at some of the dealers. Unfortunately, one of the dealers that I got this first comic I'm going to show you, I forgot to get footage from. They actually just had like a stack of comics, and it was kind of hard to go through that and actually film at the same time. So I just completely didn't even think of it. I guess I could have had my wife film while I was flipping through some of them. But anyway, let me dive into what I got. I didn't get a whole lot, but I did manage to get some cool things there. I actually ended up only getting 2 books. So let me show you the first one. So the first one I found here is The Brave and the Bold. This is volume 1, number 82. Very cool Neil Adams cover. And yeah, this was 1969. I admit I got it because it has Aquaman on it. And this one actually is an origin of Ocean Master, Aquaman's brother, retold, Orm Curry. So it was in that big old stack. There's a couple other ones that I was like, yeah, I thought about getting, but they were a little bit too loved for me. There's a couple Fantastic Fours that I was oogling, but this one actually, it was priced pretty good. It's in pretty good shape. I've taken out and flipped through, and everything's attached and all that. It's a reader copy, but what I didn't know actually is until I got to the register, this dealer at their booth was having 25% off. So I actually got this for $15, which isn't too bad. For it presents well. I actually still have it in the bag and board. It's just like an acetate bag and a real thin board. So I'm gonna have to rebag it and board it still, just to make it, because it's pretty flimsy. But yeah, this was my first get there. And then we'll go to my second book here. Now, this is my second book I picked up. I've been kind of starting to look for these, and I have to give a shout out to Dan's X-Men. He's on Instagram. Dan is a friend that I do X-Men meeting with Colossal Collector on his channel, and Dan likes showing off X-Men. He usually has multiple copies. He showed off some foreign versions of different X-Men. I think mostly he was showing off some UK type stuff, but it got me thinking what else is out there, and I started looking, started finding stuff from Mexico, and there's stuff from Eastern Europe, and I think I found some stuff from the Netherlands and stuff. So it really got my juices flowing that I want to find something. And I ended up finding stuff there. And this was in the case that I think I showed in the video. They had a lot in there. I went through a lot of it. Like I said before, some of it was just not the right condition and price. I tried to meet somewhere in the middle there. But this one was different enough that I was like, yeah, I want to get this. So I got this one. Now, this is actually Die Spein. I should get my son here who took German. This is German Marvel comic release under Condor, I think is the name of the publisher. And this was number 185 from 1990. And it reprints Amazing Spider-Man 323, which was a McFarlane one. And it has a second story in here, Daredevil 232. So yeah, this was something different I wanted to grab. I don't have any of the foreign comic books from different countries. I thought this was pretty cool. Let me bust this open. I want to show you some of it. Okay, so taking it out, it's the staples are kind of letting loose a little bit, but I'll have to just be careful with it. But here's the back cover showing a very maniacal J. Jonah. And yeah, I thought it was kind of neat because I've never actually looked through one of these. The art is all the same from the American release. They just, all the text, the bubbles and dialogue and stuff is different. So I think that's interesting. I don't know why I find that interesting, but it is. Let me see. Here we go. So yeah, I recognize some of it. It's like the names, they don't change, but interesting, kind of a niche type of thing to collect. It's McFarlane, which is kind of cool. And let's see, let's flip through to. All right, so here's some of the Daredevil. They don't actually show the cover for this issue, but here's the title page. So if you guys are familiar with the actual issue that I mentioned, 232, you can go look it up if you don't have it. There's Kingpin at the top right there. But yeah, it's interesting. It's all in German. So yeah, that's what I picked up at that booth. I'm going to actually start looking for some of these more online. Then I did get something else at that booth. I looked at some of the other stuff. I saw some little statues that were kind of cool. I saw a Dr. Doom one. Thought about getting it, and I was like, yeah, I can wait type of thing. But in the same booth that I found that German comic book for Spider-Man, I found these collectible cups from the 70s. Now, the first one I grabbed, kind of had to grab it because I thought it was kind of cool. It wrapped it around like this, but it's a Captain America Slurpee cup from 7-Eleven. Now, this one came out in 1977. It's kind of cool. I went online and did some research. There is so many of these that I might actually, I'll pop it up over here, maybe a little picture of some. They had like a checklist that you can, I guess, get from the 7-Eleven and check off which ones you got. So yeah, and I generally see these online for about $10 or so, depending on what it is. This one kind of had a little scratch or something there, but yeah, this was kind of cool. It's just a little kind of scene being played out in the cup. And then the second one I got, and they had a couple there. These ones were just the ones that I really stood out to me, but was this one. And this one, I've seen a lot of these kind where they just had the figure on it. Now, this particular series came out in 1975. And they had a ton of these ones. Not that many X-Men ones, unfortunately. I did see like Cyclops, Beast, I think Angel. But a lot of 70s, their 70s stuff like Power Man and Iron Fist and Dracula and Conan and Red Sonja. And I thought this was cool to have on these ones too. He talks about his little bit of an origin of Spider-Man there. But yeah, these were kind of cool. Like I said, they were just about like $10. They had a Thor one I was debating about getting, and Black Widow and stuff. I did spot a Dr. Doom one, this guy, online that I might have to get. But yeah, it's kind of something different and I've never seen before. I like kind of these little catchy, gitchy, whatever you want to call it, thing. So I had to get them. I get a couple of them. So it's just something to put on a shelf and collect dust. Well, that's all I got for you guys today for this haul at Out and About at America's Antique Mall. I wanted to keep this one a little bit shorter compared to the last video that was pushing over 40 minutes. But this one, like I said, I only ended up finding 2 comics at the Antique Mall, and then some cool little 7-Eleven cups. Let me know down below what you guys think of these different comics that I found and these unique little knickknacks that you can put on the shelf and, put little figures in there and collect dust. Let me know down below, and make sure you give me a like, a subscribe, and a comment what you think. And while you're at it, head on over to Instagram. Give me a follow over there where I'm making weekly posts over there and all kinds of variety of things. But that's it. Until next time, guys, when you're digging through your antique malls, trying to find those cool, unique comics or something really unique to put on the shelf for your collection. Happy questing, and we'll talk to you next time, guys.